Everyone, I want to greet you in the name of Jesus Christ. Welcome to this video where we are going to look at database forms. So we are continuing with our lessons in database, and for today we are looking at database forms. Now we need to first know what a form is. A form is one of the database objects that you can use to create a user interface for your database application, or you can use a form to display live data from the table. And lastly, you can also use your form to ease the process of data entry or editing in your table. So for today, I want us to take a look at this outline. So we are going to create a form, and when we are creating a form, there are very many options that we can use. We can use form, we can use form design blank form, we can also use form wizard and many others. But in this video, we are going to concentrate on form design. So it means we are going to learn how to create a form or design a form. After, automatically you must save it and give it appropriate name. Then how we can add headers and footers to our forms. And after adding headers and footers, we must also know how to sort records in a form, either in descending or ascending order. And then we are also going to learn how to add some elements, for example, a button to our forms. Maybe we may need a button to exit our form or to close our form. Then also how to change the form background color, and lastly how to perform some simple calculation in a form. How to perform a simple calculation in a form. So all that we are going to concentrate on this example here. This is the example we are going to use, or the data we are going to use to come up with that form. So using any database management system of your choice, create a database and save it as St. Peter's database. And here we are having part B, create a table and save it as staff table. Then add the fields in the table with the correct data types. So we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are having 6 fields, and we must specify their data types. And then populate your table with the above data, meaning that after you have come up with your table, enter this data into that table. And the other one is we shall be able to create a form with all the fields, and we shall save that form as data entry form. We are also required to add the form footer as our name. We shall also add the date when the form was created as a footer. We shall also add the form header, which is sometimes called the title, as the name of our school. Then we shall add the logo of our choice, so meaning that we shall pick any image or any picture and we shall use it as a logo. And then we shall use our form to add the following data into the table. So originally the table had this, so we are going to use our form to add this other information here. Then we shall change the form background color to yellow. We shall sort the data in form in a descending order by surname. Then we shall also use the form to calculate the new salary if the salary has been increased by 15%. Then lastly, we shall insert a button for exiting our form, meaning that we need a button that we can click on to close our form. So let us begin straight away. So we shall begin with the first one, where we are supposed to create a database, and we are going to call it St. Peter's database. So in your folder, you right click, then in new, Microsoft Access database, and you will be able to give it a name, St. Peter's database, and there you are done with that part, St. Peter's database. Open that database, and you can now go ahead and create a table the way they have told us. Create a table and save it as staff table. But now I'm also going to use this very video to show you how to import data from Excel to database. So this table, I've organized it in some Excel file here, and I'm just going to import it into my database. So instead of going through the process of creating a table, assigning the data types, and then I begin entering the data, I'm going to just import this data. So you can also create this in your Excel and you follow the same procedure. So I'll first close that Excel, then on my database, this time I'm getting data from all the external application. So I will come and click on external data. This time I'm not creating a table, but I'm going to external data. Then I will now come and specify which program am I getting data from. I'm getting it, or I'm importing it from Excel. So I will come and click Excel. Then here, when this box appears, it's now telling me, please can you look for where that file is. So I will come and browse. Then that file is on the desktop, so I will come and click on the desktop and you look through. So I have this file called St. Peter's database. Click on it and open. Now after finding it, you come and click on OK, and from there now you can see our table from Excel appearing here. So now when you come here, the first row must contain column heading. So it means you will come and tick this if it's not ticked. But if it is ticked, you leave it ticked. So I will tick since mine is not ticked. So meaning that the first row here are the field names. Then after that, you will come and click on next. And here now you can specify the data types. For example, field name, when you look at this, the data types is short text. When you come and click on surname, it must also be short text. First name, short text. Sex, short text. Department, the same. Salary, here it's telling us double means number. So when you come here and you change it to currency, and change it to currency, and then you click on next if at all you are done with all the data types. So from here is where you are going to specify the primary key. So one, let access add primary key. So if you let access add the primary key, it's going to add for you another field called ID. But this time I don't want it to add for me the primary key. I'm going to use the staff number to be the primary key. So therefore I will come and click on choose my own primary key, and I'm seeing staff number already selected. If I wanted another one, you come and click on this arrow here and you select the right field to be set as a primary key. But for this case, I will leave it as a staff number. Then you can click on next, and here now you give your table a name. According to this, they are telling us save the table as staff underscore table. So you will come and type that here as staff table. Then you finish. So it is now complaining of the staff name is invalid. Okay, I will remove that underscore for now. Let me put staff table. Let me just retype it. Staff table. And there you finish. Then when this one comes, just close it. And there you can see we have our staff table ready here. So I can now open this table, and here we are having our data already entered. So that's how we can import data from Excel to our Access. So we are done with adding the fields in the table with the correct data types. Populating the table, we are also done because already we have entered the data there. So now part is telling us create a form with all the fields and save it as data entry form. So I'm going for this one here. So to create a form, I can even just close this table first, then I will go back to create, and here we said we have very many options that we can use to create form. There is form design, blank. So I'm going to concentrate on form design. So you will click on form design. Then when you click on form design, every object you create here will always come with its design tool. For example, here we are having form design tools. So when you are concentrating on your form, make sure you concentrate on either design, arrange, or format, one of them. So under design, you must be able to see add existing fields. So when you click on add existing fields, it will bring for you here the field list, and you can click on this link where there is a show all tables to see all the tables you have in your database. But for this case, we have only one table. That's why we are able to see here only staff table. Now from there, since I want to add the fields from this table to my form, I will click on the plus sign, which is next to that table name, to display all my fields. Then you can now double click on each and every field as they are being added to your form. So here you can see we are done with this. So now I can now close the field list because I don't need it again. So by doing that, I have created a form. Now you go ahead and save this form by clicking on it, by right clicking on the default name here, which is form 1, and you save. Then you type the name data entry form and you click on OK. So there you can see this side here I have the tables. There is staff table, under form there is data entry form. So we are done with that part, which is this part E. Then part F is saying add a form footer as your name, add the date when the form was created as a footer. So let us look at that. So for this case, before I look at that, we can also format these fields here. For example, I can bold these fields or the field names. So if I want to bold them, I first select them. So how do I select all of them at once? I will come and bring my cursor above the first field name, then you drag it downwards throughout those fields. By doing that, you have selected the field names. And then under form design tools, I can now come to format. When you come to format, you can see there is a bolding here. You can change the font color of the field names. You can even increase on the font size, for example, to 14. You can do very many things within here. Then the other one is we are now going to add the footer as our name. So in case you are going to add the footer, still I will come to design under my form design tools. Then you will be able to see this group called headers or footers. Headers or footers. So you will just come and click on title. The moment you click on title, it will bring for you the form header section and form footer section, which is here. So I can even begin with the header. Header, they told us to make it the name of our school, and the header is the same as the title. So the moment you just click on the title, it will create for you that that section. So I can now replace this with the name of the school, maybe St. Peter's High School, Secondary School. Secondary School. So there I'm done with the header. Then when you scroll down, you'll be able to see the footer section. So there is form, footer. So this arrow is indicating that whatever is below here, this section here is what we call the form footer section. But for it, it has no box where we can type in our name. So for that case, what we are going to do, we are going to use controls. We are going to controls here, and we shall look for label. So you come here and look for label. Label is this capital A and small a. If you don't know it, you first put your cursor. It will tell you what it is representing there. So you can come and click on that label. So when you move your cursor inside your form, it must change to what you are seeing, a plus with A. So just come to form section here, form footer section, and just click once. After you have clicked once, you can now start typing. For example, they said it must be our name. So Samuel Okolong, and there you are done with that footer. Then also they said add the date when the form was created as a footer. Now when you come back here, we are also having here still under header and footer, there is a date and time. Now what you must know, whatever you are seeing here, when you click on them, they will always appear on the header section. So meaning that you will first click on it, insert it under the header, and then you can drag it, or you can cut it and can paste to the section where you want it to be. For example, I want date and time. I will come and click on date and time. Then here you can include both date and time, or you can include only one of them. For example, if I want only date, I will come and untick this box for include time. So it means I'm only going to use a date. So you can also come and select the format or the date format that you want to use. So I'm going to leave this one here, and I will click on OK. So when you see here, you can see there is equal date. So when I first go back and I change the view of this form from design view to form view, you will be able to see our date is here under the header, but we want it to be under the footer. So let's go back to our design view of this form. So it means you will come and just select the box. Just come and select the box containing that date, right click on it and cut. Then you come under the footer section, right click there and paste. Then you can even carry it, and bring it around here. So by doing that, I have now inserted the date as a footer. So when you go back to the form view, so it's no longer here, but it's down here under the footer. Good. Next, we are done with the footer, we are done with the date, we are done with the header or title. So we are supposed to add a logo of our choice. Still, under design view of this form, you simply just need to come and look for this section where there is a header or footer, that group there, and just click on logo. So when you click on logo, it's now telling you, please can you look for the image you are going to use as a logo. For example, let me open this and I see if I have some images here. Great. So I can use any image here. Let me try to use this mosquito here. Then okay. So you will see where it is. It is here. You can also play around with its positioning. You can even carry it and put it this side depending on where you want it to be. Then this title here, we can select it. we go back to format here, and we can also make it bold. We can change the color, this time maybe to red. Sorry, I was filling instead. I'm changing the color, which is this one, to red. Then you can also make it big. So you can do a lot with this. So let me go back to form view. And there you can now see St. Peter's Secondary School, and the logo is there. Whatever we have been adding are in existence. Let's go back to the design view. So most of the things are done from the design view. Next, we are supposed to use our form to add the following data to the table. So we are having this data here. We are supposed to add to our table here. Remember, our table has only 5 records, but we are supposed to have 8 of them. So what do we do? So for that case, you still need to go to your form, and you must be on the form design view. Now, with this form, when you look at it, when you look at this form here, we are having a records. So every time you see what is displayed here, it is just one record. So let us go to form view, and from form view here you can see how our form is. It has how many records? There are 5. So we are going to add more records here. So in case you want to add more records, so I will come and use this next button here, or the next record, to take me to the next record. So when I click on this, I'm now on record number 205, number 305, number 405, number 505. Now I want to add the 6th record, so I will just continue and click on next record, and it will give me a blank record where you can enter in this information. Here I have UTS 245 Namugombe Hawa. So let me add those details there. Staff number was UTS 245. Then surname Namagombe, first name Hawa, sex female, department is chemistry, and salary is supposed to be 310. So I'm done with that one. I can go to the next record, which is record number 7 now, and we have UTS 101. There is no crash. His first name is James, male, Department of Economics, and is earning a salary of 290. Lastly, the 8th record, I'm having UTS 376, and the surname is Osagala. The first name Peter, sex is male, Department of Chemistry, and is earning a salary of 540 into 3. So after doing that, I will save what I've done. Then I go back and open my table, and I see. So you can see what I entered are here. I entered Nokrosh James, which is there. I entered the Namagombe and Osagala. So that's how we add the data to the table using a form. Or you can also even edit your data using the form. Great. And the other one was change the form background color to yellow. So I'm changing our form background color. For that case, we need to first go back to form design view. Then to change the background color, there are two ways how we can do that. One is by clicking within the form area here, not on these fields, but within the form area. So when you click within the form area, you come back to form design tools, and under that you will format. So under formatting, there is a shape fill here. So when you come and click on shape fill, you can select the color you want, and there you will be able to see your form background color changed. Or another person can simply just come and right click within the form area. So you right click and you will be able to see fill or back color, and you select the color you are interested in. So that's how we change the form background color. Next was for us to use the form to calculate new salary if the salary has been increased by 15%. So we shall also remain in a form design view, and we need that new field. We need that new field for new salary because we don't have it here. So we are going to add a field called new salary. So how do we add a field in the form? You simply come back to form design tools under design. So under these controls here, this time we shall use a text box. Remember, we use a label in case we are inserting the footer, then the text box in case we are adding the fields. So I will come and click on text box. Now when you bring it inside your form here, you will see the cursor changing to a plus, then with a B. So now you just need to come and draw a box here. So you will draw it this side, this one will appear automatically. So you come and draw, just to draw some reasonable box here, like that. And here now you have text something, maybe text 10, text 11, and here unbound. So under text something here, you remove it and you type there the field name, so which is now new salary. New salary. To make it uniform, I will also just select it, go back to format here, then change the color, bold it, and increase the font size. So new salary, I have it like that. Then here, where there is unbound, is where we are going to perform our calculation, where we are going to enter the expression. So that will say that the salary has been increased by 10%. Is it 10%? By 15%. So it means our new salary will be now 115% of old salary. So here in this box, you'll begin with the equal sign, then you bring in the expression, which is 115, since it is an increment. So the percentage has been increased by 15. And what's the total percentage? The total percentage is 10. That's why I'm 100. That's why I'm having here 115. Now database does not recognize percentage symbol. There we shall have slash or over 100 to represent the percent, or you can express that in a decimal. It is your choice. Then times our old salary. Now since that salary we are referring to a field which is already existing here, we shall now open square bracket and we type our salary the way it is appearing there. So that square bracket means I'm getting 115 out of 100 times values from salary. So this square bracket is for referring to the existing field. So from there we can now right click on our form name and we take it to form view, and we shall see here people having their salaries calculated automatically. Great. Lastly under this insert a button for exiting your form. So let me first save what I've done, then go back to design view of your form, and we are going to add a button that we shall use for exiting this form instead of clicking on this close buttons here. So for that case, still you will go to controls, look for buttons, which is this one here. Come and just draw it anywhere you want. So after drawing it, you will see the command button wizard appearing here. And then there is categories and action. Under categories, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to be on form operations. Then under action, what do you want to do with that form? Do you want to apply form filter? Do you want to close it? Do you want to open it? For this case, I want that button for closing it. Then I will click on next. And here, do you want to use a picture or a text? I will use a text, and that text will be called close the form. Then next, here the command, you can now call that command maybe exit and finish. So here you can see what we are having. Now save the changes and we see. So let me now view my form in form view. So we have done whatever is needed in that form. So for this case, if I want to close this form, I will simply just come and click on close form button and my form will be closed. So by doing that, members, I hope you have all followed everything that we are looking at. You have followed everything that we are looking at. So meaning that in our next video, we shall be able to look at queries. We shall be able to look at queries. So thank you so much for your time. May the Almighty God bless you.